Yes, welcome once again, everyone. Cannabis News with Joe Klare. It is February 28th, 2019, the last day of February, presented as always by the Marijuana Times. Not the month of February, but the show Cannabis News is presented by the Marijuana Times. Check us out at marijuanatimes.org. A bunch of great articles there. Click the video tab there to find the show and be able to share it. And whatnot today, I'm talking about Florida lawmakers trying to legalize recreational adult use marijuana, or at least get the ball rolling on that. Also, what some top Ohio officials think about marijuana legalization. And the black market in Michigan continues to be a thing, even though legalization is enacted. And some people, especially in the press, seem to have some kind of problem with these two things existing at the same time, as if anyone ever said that legalization would lead to the overnight elimination of the black market. I don't remember anybody ever saying that. I never said it. It's a ridiculous proposition. As I've said many times before, many things have to happen before legalization can impact the black market. We'll talk about that coming up. All of that, in fact. But first, of course, Cannabis News is brought to you by Natureside, nature-side.com, and their organic, all-natural pesticides. Make sure you check them out. If you're a grower in a state where it's legal, you don't want to use banned pesticides or harmful chemicals, you want to be regulatory compliant, you want to grow safe and poison-free. You can do these things with Natureside, nature-side.com, a proud sponsor of Cannabis News. This first story by Julia Granowitz at marijuanatimes.org. Florida lawmakers could put legalization on the 2020 ballot. Lawmakers in Florida appear to be getting more progressive when it comes to cannabis-related issues. Recently, Governor Ron DeSantis gave lawmakers the chance to reverse the ban on smoking medical marijuana. And now a senator has introduced a resolution that would add a new section to the state constitution making cannabis legal if it's approved by voters. The sponsor of the bill said, quote, "I think if we just go straight to the people and ask them, is this something that you want? It puts the onus back on us to regulate it. I think it's such a controversial issue that the legislature is not in a position to agree on how it should be regulated. The best way to do it is through the people, and then it will come back to us to figure out how to regulate it." The amendment itself would legalize the use, possession, and cultivation of cannabis for all adults 21 years and older. And would leave it up to the legislature to regulate commercial sales and such. A lot of stuff going on in Florida. Obviously, the battle over medical marijuana continues. The implementation of Amendment 2. Amendment 2. Also, the battle over smokable marijuana, as was mentioned in the piece. A lot of stuff going on, and 2020, a lot of states are being looked at as far as adult use legalization goes, and Florida is definitely on that list. This next story from Cincinnati.com, if I can clear away all these pop-ups. Really, I know I've said this before, and I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself, but the USA Today website template that many newspapers in that chain, I forget this, the Gannett, I forget who owns it. Anyway, the whole chain, they all use the same website template where there's like something in the background and there's like things pasted on top of it that kind of move on top of it. And it's horrible. And there's massive pop-ups, and you click anything and you're gone out of the story if you don't click inside the story, and it's terrible. I'm sorry. It's terrible. The USA Today website template and everyone who follows it, you're the bane of my video casting existence. Anyway, this story says most top Ohio officials say they haven't tried marijuana and they don't want it legalized for personal use. Now, I know I've mentioned this a lot as well. Excuse me, I'll take a drink. And at the risk of beating the proverbial dead horse, we have made these politicians and these lawmakers think that they're in charge of what we do. That's the bottom line. When I say we, I mean the royal, we. I mean society, through our system of politics and representation and such, and the republic, at least the United States, we've given these people, it's perfectly fine for the press to go to these people and say, have you smoked marijuana? And does it have a bearing on the decision whether or not to criminalize people who are smoking marijuana in the privacy of their own homes, even though they're not infringing on the rights of anyone else? And it seems fine. It seems like a normal story. But you're traveling to Columbus or calling to people in Columbus, lawmakers, who don't know the people that they're criminalizing, and asking them what they think. Have you ever tried it? As if it mattered. What do you think about it being legalized? As if it should matter. It doesn't. It shouldn't. It's incredibly annoying. Listen, 4 of Ohio's 6 statewide office holders say they've never smoked marijuana, and all have concerns about legalizing marijuana here for recreational use. So what? So what? A bunch of old dudes didn't smoke marijuana, and they don't think other people should be allowed to, even though those people who are doing so are not infringing on the rights of anyone else. So what? Who are these people? Who are these people? Why have we given them the sense that they make these decisions for us? They're going to make the decision for us. And it's perfectly natural that they extend that to every other aspect of life. They know more because, why? They're a state representative? I mean, wow, I'm sorry, I don't mean to sound cynical or condescending, but I guess I will. That's not impressive. You're a state senator or a state rep? Okay, so what? How does that make you any better than a bus driver? They're driving people around. Does it make you special because you got some political office? But man, we give these people so much credit in there. Oh, you guys are so smart. You got people voted for you to be Ohio Treasurer, Robert Sprague. What do you think about marijuana? Why do I care what Ohio Treasurer Robert Sprague says about marijuana? Why does it matter? Who cares? I'm not looking at him. I'm assuming he's some old dude. Why do I care what some old dude thinks about whether or not I should smoke marijuana? So what? He's never smoked it. He doesn't like it. State Auditor Keith Faber, Secretary of State Frank LaRose, they've never used marijuana. So what? Why is this a story? Why am I talking about it in a show called Cannabis News? Because of prohibition. It's prohibited. We're begging for permission to get it unprohibited, so we got to go ask old dudes what they think. And I'm not just saying that on old dudes. I don't care if you're a 25-year-old woman, you're a lawmaker. I don't care. I don't care what you think about what I should do if I'm not infringing the rights of anyone else. It's not your business. It's not your business. You don't know what's better for my life. You don't face the consequences for the decisions I make in my life. I do. I do, not you, not some people in Columbus or Frankfurt or wherever else you live, whatever state you live in. Washington, D.C., those people don't face the consequences of what you do. They have nothing invested in your decisions. They don't know enough about the decisions or as much about the decisions as you do. And the fact that we look to these people for some kind of guidance or leadership or, worst of all, permission, oh, it grinds my gears, to borrow a phrase from Family Guy. It grinds my gears. My gears are ground. They're ground down. My gears are ground down flat on that subject. They're no longer gears. There's metal whisking past each other, pieces of metal. There's no gears left. Oh, this last story. I'm wound up. My heart's beating fast. If I have a heart attack live on the air, please share and hit the thumbs up. I mean, come on. It's the least you can do. Last story from MetroTimes.com. Why marijuana sales in the black market are blooming in Michigan after legalization. I don't know why they use the word blooming. Seems the word booming would go well there. I guess that's kind of like a flower reference. If so, I mean, I guess I'll let it pass because I am the final arbiter of these things. So I guess I'll let it pass. It's allowed. Thank you. Oh, I feel like a lawmaker. I feel like people voted for me to do things. Anyway, basically it's about a story about, as you see, the black market in Michigan. First of all, when they say it's blooming after legalization, they're referring to the fact that, of course, some people think, as I said, that legalization somehow gets rid of the black market in a short period of time. That's not true, because the basic fact is the black market was blooming or booming, however you want to put it, in Michigan before legalization, even more so because there was no legal competition. Legal competition is the only way to undercut the black market. I'm very thirsty today. But it's okay because I'm drinking from my Marijuana Times cup. So it all fits into the show. See, brand awareness. I don't want to say I'm a master of brand awareness, but I'm wearing a Marijuana Times hat on the show by the Marijuana Times in front of a Marijuana Times flag, drinking from a Marijuana Times cup. I mean, I have a pen around here too. I could whip that out. I mean, it's all it's a well-oiled machine here. So anyway, the black market didn't have legal competition. Now it does have legal competition. Legal competition and drawing people into the legal market is the only thing that will get rid of the black market. It won't happen overnight. It won't happen quickly. If you have too many regulations, if the supply chain is not decent enough, robust enough, however you want to put that, if the legal market can't draw people away from the black market, then they have no reason to leave. Why would they? They got the guy who brings it, and he's good, and they chat about music or movies, and he's got great stuff, and he's always around, and he used to have a pager, now and that was a flip phone, now it's a smartphone. Why would you leave that guy if you have no reason to go to the legal market? You have to give people incentives to come over, which means great quality, great prices, great variety, ample supply, things like that. Until that happens, well, the black market is just going to kick the crap, in a business sense, out of the legal market everywhere. Anywhere and everywhere. Thanks, everybody, for checking out Cannabis News this last show of February. We'll see you all next month. Of course, keep sharing, liking, all of that stuff. Subscribe on YouTube. Search the Marijuana Times. We're also on Apple Podcasts. Thank you to Natureside, nature-side.com, and their organic, all-natural pesticides. Thank you to all of you who share the show. Thanks for watching and listening today. We'll see you next time, next month, right here on Cannabis News.